today. I am Shane Alexi Magpili from BSN English 1B2. And so today we are gonna talk about sentence diagram. Okay? Before we go to the next topic or to the main topic, let us define first what is sentence diagramming. It is a technique known as diagramming used to visualize the pattern of a sentence. Diagramming involves discovery and displaying the skeleton of a sentence. The standard pattern in English is for the subject or noun of the sentence to be listed first, followed by the verb or action word of the sentence. Now let us go to the components of sentence diagramming. Let us have first prepositional phrase. What is a prepositional phrase? It is a group of words consisting of a preposition, its object, and any words that modify the object. Most of the time, a prepositional phrase modifies a verb or a noun. These two kinds of prepositional phrases are called adverbial phrases and adjectival phrases, respectively. Now, let us have an example of a prepositional phrase. We have here the roses in the path are growing. Okay. Again, this is an example of a prepositional phrase. The roses in the path are growing. Now, the roses is our subject. Here our subject. In the path, which is our prepositional phrase, and are growing, which is our helping verb. Now let us try to diagram the example sentence. First, we have to write or to draw a horizontal line and a vertical line to separate the subject, the verb, and the objectives. Since roses is the subject, we have to write it in the right form. Roses. Now we have our growing as our helping verb, so we have to write it in the left form. Are growing. Okay. Now we have our prepositional phrase, which is begin the path. So we have to draw a slant line and put in, which is our preposition, in the slant line. Now we have to draw a horizontal line again and write the as the objective of preposition. Now path. Now another slant line for the, which is our modifier of the path. Now since the is our indefinite article, this is our indefinite article, so we have to write it under roses. So this is how we diagram a prepositional phrase. Now let us proceed to the next topic, which is the subject complement. Okay, let's have an example. For example, she is my best friend. She is my best friend is an example of a subject complement, in which she is our subject and best friend is our subject complement. Now, we have two types of the subject complement. The first one is the predicate nominative. We have predicate nominative. Okay, now it is a noun or a pronoun that comes after the linking verb. For example, Cassandra is a teacher. Cassandra is a teacher. We have Cassandra as our subject. Cassandra. Now our linking verb, which is the is. And teacher, which is our subject complement. Teacher. We have to write or to draw as one line between is and teacher to separate them. Now, a or a, we have to write it in a slant line under the word teacher because it modifies the teacher. Alright, now let us proceed to the next type of subject complement, which is the predicate adjective. We have here predicate adjective. Okay, let us have an example. Dr. Marquez is skilled. We have Dr. Marquez as our subject, is as our linking verb, and skilled, okay, skilled is an adjective, but it will stand as the subject complement of the sentence. Now let us try to diagram the sentence. Horizontal, vertical. Since Dr. Marquez is our subject, we have to write it in the right part. Dr. Marquez. Our linking verb is, and again, a slant line between is and our subject complement, which is the skill. So, this is the diagram sentence of the sentence Dr. Marquez is a skilled worker. Okay? For the indirect object, an example sentence is Frank gave Diana the letter. Okay? We have Frank here as our subject, letter as or gave as our verb, letter as our direct object, and Diana as our indirect. Now let us try to diagram the indirect object, alright? We have to draw again a horizontal line and a vertical line. Since Frank is our subject, we have to write it in here. Frank. And gave as our verb.
Go na.
And letter as our direct object. Letter. Direct object. Since Diana is our indirect object, we have to separate it from this line. We have to draw a slant line and a horizontal line and the word a or the verb a. Diana. And the modifier which modifies letter, which is the. Alright, that is how we diagram a indirect object. Now let us tackle about the compound sentences. For example, Maria likes singing, but Kyla likes dancing. Okay, we have here Maria as our subject, likes as our verb, and singing as our direct object. Since we have two subjects, two verbs, and two direct objects, we have to have two diagrams. Let us draw again horizontal line and a vertical line, and another horizontal line and vertical line. Maria as our direct object. Now we have here coordinating conjunction, which is but. So we have to draw a line here to connect to the second independent clause. Now let us tackle about the complex sentences. For instance, we will drive the car when the stoplight turns green. In this sentence, we will drive the car as our independent clause, and the spotlight turns green. When the spotlight turns green is our dependent clause. Now let us try to diagram the sentence. Horizontal line and a vertical line. We is our subject. Will drive is our verb. And car as our direct object. Now, the is the modifier that modifies the car, so we have to write it underneath the word car. Now, let us proceed to the second clause, which is the dependent clause, another horizontal line and vertical line. Now, the spotlight is our subject. Turns is our verb, and green is our direct object. Now the underneath the spotlight, and we have when.